Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rochelle if you're new here, and this is my 4-week-old baby Lewis. He's my second son. I also have a son Max and he is nearly 3, and we are the Glendons, aren't we? Hey? And obviously I have a husband, he's the dad. Oh, anyway, excuse my bad mum humor. I'm a little bit tired. We've been up a couple of nights in a row for a few hours at a time. Lewis has got a little bit of a sniffle. Just a little bit of a cold, nothing too serious, just a blocked nose. Anyway, so today's video is going to be a little bit of an update. I thought I would do one just to record on video where we're up to. Yeah, today he is 4 weeks, which it has absolutely flown by, but at the same time, it feels like he's been in our lives like forever. Yeah, so you might have seen my hospital vlog. I videoed a little bit every day of like what our time in hospital was like, and that was 5 days. And then I haven't really made too many videos since. Actually, I think I might have only posted one, but I thought yeah, I wanted to get back into it a little bit. I was posting 2 a week before I had Lewis, but it is a bit unfeasible at the moment to get 2 out, so I'm just taking a little bit of time. For the next couple of months I'll just do 1 a week and just see what I come up with. Yeah, so I had the midwife come out a couple of times. Yeah, they come out at 2 weeks and then at 4 weeks, so they came yesterday. And he is 5.1 kilos now. He was 3.99 born, and he lost about 2% of his body weight in hospital, and he was already starting to regain it. So when they came at 2 weeks, we'd been out of the hospital for a week, and he was up to 4.3 kilos. So he has gained 800 grams in the last 2 weeks, which is double the average. Oh, buddy, you're fussy. Are you fussy? You're getting tired. Now, he's saying that he's hungry, but I really can guarantee that he is not hungry because I've just finished feeding him. Both sides. So because he's such a big eater, he's also quite gassy, and he does have a little bit of tummy pain in the evenings, which we've been using Infant's Friend to help, and that sort of calms him down from crying hysterically, but it doesn't really relieve the gas so much. What I figured out is some nice tummy massage and bike legs, and a few other little things just to help him get the gas out. He does ripper farts. But I learnt those techniques when I did baby massage with Max, so I had a little flick through the book and I reminded myself of what to do, and that seems to really help, as does like a nice warm bath. That just relaxes him and everything sort of moves through. And the midwife said that 4 to 6 weeks is when that kind of peaks, and the fact that he's such a big eater would not be helping the gas. But you know, it's not the worst thing. He's not too bad really. He has had a couple of really painful nights, but it does work its way through. Oh, bless you. I have lots of herbal teas. I've got a nursing tea that is really yummy. It's got like a licorice flavour, and I've got some relaxation and sleep tea. So I have lots of herbal tea just to keep my fluids up, because obviously I'm producing a lot of milk as well. And I've been taking iron, which I've been remembering to take ever since I had to have that iron transfusion when I was pregnant. So I'm keeping my iron levels up, which I think is really helping. I've got probiotics. I've got a fish oil, or DHA, you know, omega oil. I've got the postpartum breastfeeding multivitamin. So I've got a few things on the go just to keep all of that up and going. So Mr. Lewis is healthy, and thankfully he's not struggling too much with his little blocked nose. So I've got the snot sucker, and that seems to work really well to get you know, the runny stuff out. And he sleeps pretty well at the moment. I would have said 3 days ago, if I had made this video, oh, it's going really great, you know, I just go to bed when he goes to bed at about 8:30, and then he wakes up at about 1 and again at about 4, and then sleeps until 8. But the last 2 or 3 nights, I can't really remember if it's 2 or 3, but definitely the last 2, maybe 3. Oh, pardon you. He has been waking up at around midnight and being awake for 2 hours, because I think because he's been sleeping a lot in the day. Look at him holding his head up, it's crazy. Oh, but then he does these head slams. Yeah, so he is definitely definitely a bit more demanding of your cuddles. Like Max always loved a good cuddle, but he was never never like, give me a cuddle now kind of thing. Like he would just sort of lay there. But then again, I think maybe I was a bit more like reactive to him calling out to me, whereas with Lewis I'm like, you'll just have to wait a sec, I'm like dealing with Max's nappy or changing Max, or you know, I'm in the shower. Whereas with Max, if he would cry while I was in the shower, I would get out of the shower and like cuddle him whilst I was like dripping wet and like you know, like just put a towel on and then finish my shower after he'd calmed down. Whereas I'm less likely to do that with Lewis. We haven't got any social smiles yet, but starting to get the little like odd little bit of is that a social smile rather than a gas. But I think he's starting to be aware. I think he's really quite aware of Max. Like Max absolutely loves him and always wants to hold him and put him on his lap and stuff. So we have a lot of cuddle time, which is really nice. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, Max is just he's aware of Max when he's around and like follows his voice around because Max is quite loud. And then last night he was laying on the couch on this little mat thing that I've got here, and Max had hopped out of the bath, and he always has a bit of naked time after the bath to drip dry, and he always does a little bit of crazy dancing and running around, and Lewis was kind of tracking him, so it was really cute. And I think Max really liked that, you know, I was like, oh, Lewis is laughing at you, he thinks you're really funny. So Max put on a bit more of a show. So I think that's the beginning of their relationship, kind of, you know, Max playing the clown and Lewis laughing. So I think that's going to be cute. Look at him. There you are. Hello. As you can see, he looks like a baldy, but he actually has quite a lot of hair. It's just really fine and almost a blondie. It's a blondie ginger colour. I'm pretty sure he's going to be a redhead. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, see, if you're up close, you can see that he's actually got quite a bit of hair. But it's only short and really fine, and like from far away it looks like he's bald. Oh, such a cutie. Oopsie, had a bit of a spew there. Mum life. Oh well. He was 51.5 centimetres long when he was born, and they measured him yesterday and he's 58. So he's grown quite a bit. Like, she was quite surprised that he's lengthened out quite a lot. So he's going to be probably a tall boy, aren't you? He's going to be tall. Yes. And his eyes are blue. What else do you normally need to know in an update? Well, we know how much he weighs. We know how tall he is. We know about the sleeping and the eating. Yeah, and I think I was just, yeah, as I mentioned, like with not getting out of the shower or like, you know, letting him cry a little bit, I'm not feeling as anxious as I was feeling when I had Max. I know, like, on reflection, I probably didn't realise, but I was probably fairly anxious with Max, just every little peep and murmur. Whereas with Lewis, I feel a little bit more relaxed that he's okay. I still have to check on him that he's breathing all the time, but I think that's something that you do as a mum. Like, even probably check on Max when he's 18. Is he breathing? But apart from that, I feel fairly good. We've managed to get out a little bit. My recovery has been actually really amazing with my cesarean. I feel quite strong, you know, able to get up and easily sit up on my own, like all of that stuff. Oh, sorry. The lack of sleep doesn't seem to be affecting me as much this time either, and I don't know whether that's because I'm used to waking up. I had a lot of pregnancy insomnia. Yeah, whether I'm just like better at it this time, I'm not sure, but yeah, just feeling very content and happy, which has really made a huge difference. Rolly has been really good. He's been able to help out a lot, and even though he's worked, he basically hasn't had any days off officially. He's had to work a little bit every day nearly, but he's been able to be home early or work from home even, which has been fantastic. And it's really nice to see Max and Rolly bonding. Things are coming down now. Max is a little bit less like, oh my goodness, the world has changed and where is my mum kind of thing. And he's getting a lot more used to like Rolly being involved in his day-to-day stuff. So they're getting along a lot better, which is very relieving. Yeah, so I've got 2 more weeks before I can officially drive, but I mean, I would probably be fine to drive now if I wanted to take the time to call my insurance company and get a letter from my doctor. But actually it's quite nice to have the forced rest, and just sort of say, well, I'm not going to drive. And then, because once I start driving, I feel like that's kind of like the newborn bit over. And then when I get my freedom back, then I kind of, yeah, I'll start doing stuff and feel more agitated that I'm not doing stuff on the days when I stay home. So at the moment I'm kind of like, well, I've got to be home because I can't go anywhere. And so I'm not accepting it more, but it's just easier to manage. I'm not one, I don't really love to be at home, but although our house is really lovely now, I feel really content at home. But I do feel the urge to like get out and go to the park or things like that. And yeah, so if I was able to drive, I'd probably feel a little bit more like, oh, I've got to get out and go to the park and do things and, you know, all of that stuff. So I'm kind of enjoying just taking the time to rest and relax and not overdo it. And I probably, if I got back into driving and getting out and about, I'd probably manage to overdo it and maybe injure myself or something, or, you know, impact my recovery, you know, and yeah, everything. Anyway, I'm rambling now. Anyway, that is it. I'm not sure what else to really include in this update. That is everything about Lewis. That's my recovery. That's how we're all settling in as a family. Very happy with everything, and yeah, so that's that. Hey, that's that. What else can we say? Hey, you're a very delightful young baby and we want to eat you up. Hey, and we're gonna eat you up. Yes, right, that's one thing I haven't mentioned is Honey. She is so maternal. It's very sweet. She just barks if anyone walks past, if they like talk or something. But like even before, I was on the computer and Lewis was having a little nap and he woke up, so Honey came and nudged me. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little update video. I'm gonna go before things get out of hand here. Yeah, thanks again. I'll see you next week for my next video. Do you want to say goodbye?